Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or nah foundation review on a brand new foundation. Literally just came out this past weekend. I went to Ulta, if that gives any hints. I'm going to be talking about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation. Now I know what some of you guys are saying, girl, you have oily skin, why are you stepping to the Luminous route? I'm curious. I want to know how this is going to perform on somebody that has oily skin. I also want to give you guys my suggestions on how this may perform on somebody that has dry skin, because I do sometimes suffer from very dry rosacea cheeks, so I know how that can feel like. So I feel like I can kind of give my opinion to both sides of the playing field. And I spent $38 on the foundation. That's how much it was. With Maryland tax, it was $2.28, so it ended up being $40.28. I want to see what the hype is about. I want to know everything there is to know about this foundation. They do have a list of ingredients and just kind of like what they stand for. It's supposed to be vegan, gluten-free, alcohol-free, which is great because on rosacea skin, alcohol is not the best. Clinically tested, dermatologist tested, non-comedogenic, suitable for sensitive skin, long wear, and no flashback. It's supposed to give you no flashback as well, and it's supposed to be a medium coverage with a luminous natural finish. Let's just go ahead and jump right into this review because, I mean, I'm trying to get this on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with moisturizers. I do have this new product that I'm testing out right now. It's the Pro Cure Rosa Care, suitable for rosacea sufferers with licorice extract. I actually went ahead and purchased this at CVS because I heard really interesting things about it, and I just placed this right on my rosacea. And I'll keep you guys updated, because I just started using this on Monday and I just want to see how this does. And then I'm going to go in with my Holy Grail Ultra Repair Cream. I'm going to be placing this all over my face. First, I'm going to target the areas where I didn't go in with the Rosa Care. So everywhere except the cheeks, just so that I can let the Rosa Care sink into my skin. My skin has been so wonderful this summer. This is the first summer in a few years where my rosacea has been pretty under control. I do want to do a video on like my skincare routine, like my morning skincare routine for rosacea skin, so stay tuned for that. But I think it has a lot to do with what I eat, my skincare, and the fact that I'm not in the sun a lot. And I just went and got my brows threaded, so I'm feeling like a full new woman. Okay, so for my primer, I'm going to be using my Infallible Matte Lock by L'Oreal. This is a nice mattifying primer. It's like a soft mattifying primer, so I feel like that will be good, considering the fact that I am putting on a luminous foundation. As somebody that does have oily skin, I want to make sure that I prep my skin correctly for what's to come on top. And it's also very smooth. Okay, so I went ahead and applied all my moisturizers, and also I went ahead and applied my primer, and I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like the Rosa Care moisturizer definitely kind of minimized a little bit of my redness, which is great considering the fact that we are going in foundation. I want it to look as nice and even as possible. But now I'm going to bring on the foundation. So I purchased the color 360C. This was the color that was closest to me when I went ahead and swatched them in store at Ulta. So this is what it looks like. It says foundation, and then on the other side it says Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's very different than the usual packaging Anastasia does. I feel like they're kind of trying to like move into like more of a modernized feel to the brand, which I think is super cool, because as you grow, you know, you kind of change the brand's like image a little bit. Comes with this pretty pump, which I love pumps. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start pumping this out. Looks like this. It's actually not as runny as I thought it would be. It's a pretty good consistency, as you guys can see. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this side. And I think they came out with 40 shades. So that's good to know. It honestly doesn't look as luminous as you would think it would. And I think the coverage is pretty good too. It looks like a more fuller coverage. It doesn't look very like sheer. I just felt like the shade below was like too like pale for me. I felt like this shade would have suited me better. But like I mentioned, this foundation is supposed to be sensitive friendly. alcohol free. It has a very smooth, velvety texture. Still with only one pump, and you can see that it definitely has a difference there. Definitely covered really well. It looks fresh, but it looks like fresh your skin, not like, whoa, we put a lot of like Luminous products on the face. So I am thankful for that, because sometimes some foundations are way too liquidy and they give you a very wet finish. I think right now the only thing that I'm kind of like on the fence about is the color, because it does look a little bit darker than like my neck, like a little bit more orangey. But if I do like this foundation, I will definitely probably exchange the shade for the shade below, even though when I swatched it, it looked a little bit light. I don't know, maybe it's just the lighting, because sometimes Ulta lighting can be a little bit misleading. The only reason I would want to exchange it though is because now that we're moving into like fall and winter, I know I'm going to get more pale. So I would rather have something that is a little bit lighter that suits me better than something that's a little bit more tan that won't suit me for long. That actually looks really nice. What do you guys think? I feel like it doesn't really look that luminous. Like I was expecting like super luminous, but I don't really see like extreme luminous. And it applied really well with the sponge. I thought it was gonna absorb too much of the product, but I feel like the consistency is just right, where it's not so liquidy, but it's not so thick. It's like that perfect in between where it offers you great coverage. So now we're gonna move on to the side with my brush. Okay, so for brush, I'm gonna be using my Morphe JH03 brush. This is in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. You can purchase these at Ulta, I think by themselves, also on Morphe's website. This is my current favorite brush to apply foundation. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. And I'm gonna be taking the foundation and dotting it all throughout my face. You can see it does have that like more like orangey tint. But we're gonna try to make it work. We're gonna take a little bit more on the forehead. Forehead's pretty evened out, so I don't really take too much up there, but obviously we need to cover the forehead. We can't just leave it without anything. To get over how good my brows look, I actually have a video coming up where you guys will see me getting my brows threaded and why I love doing threading. Okay, it looks really good. I kind of like it better with my brush. I feel like it offers a more full coverage finish, which I'm definitely very pleased with. I feel like it's a little tiny bit more sheer on this cheek area where we went in with the sponge. I think it's just because there is a little bit of redness right here. I am also kind of noticing on camera, I don't know if it's picking up for you guys, but right here it kind of looks like I don't have enough product. So I'm gonna take what I have left from this side, since I feel like it's fully covered, and just kind of add a little bit more. But this time around, I'm gonna go ahead and use my brush to just kind of add a little bit more coverage. I have to say, guys, I feel like this foundation applies better with a brush than with a sponge. That's just my personal feelings on it. I feel like if you do have redness or you have, you know, blemishes that you want to cover up, I would go in with a brush. I feel like you're gonna get more of a fuller coverage finish. This does claim to be medium coverage, which I am happy that they do state it that way so that there's no confusions or people are like, oh, you claim to be full coverage, why are you medium coverage? It's not looking like I have heavy duty foundation all over my skin. It's not looking like my skin looks dry. It's not looking like I'm looking super oily or like, whoa, like you need to blot that face. It just looks very nice. Like this is the finish that I like in a foundation that is going to offer luminosity, but it's still going to be perhaps suitable for somebody that does have oily skin as well. I didn't purchase the powder, but I'm going to see how the face does with one side powdered and one side not powdered, just using the powders that I already have, just so that you guys can kind of see if you do have oily skin, how it performs with powders. But right now, I really love how this looks. It looks super beautiful and flawless. I feel like I look like I'm glowing from within, and that's definitely something I always aim to look, especially when I'm going to be taking pictures or I'm going to be going out with my friends and stuff. I definitely want my skin to look very radiant and not so like, whoa, she's wearing like a thick, heavy layer of makeup that just looks super like dry and crusty. So I like this thus far. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is finish off the rest of my face, see how it works with the rest of my products. I also will come back and give you guys my very first impressions on how everything's laying on the face, because sometimes it takes a few minutes to like an hour for it to really set into your skin. And then we can go ahead and go from there. So next time you guys see me, I'll be beat to the gods, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup and everything is looking pretty nice, which I'm really excited about. I did go ahead and set this side of my face with my Coty Airspun powder, which you can find in Walmart and in Ulta for like about $5. Very affordable powder. You guys always see me wear that powder. This side is completely set with that powder. Just dusted it all over. I also went ahead and baked my under eyes because you guys know that when I conceal them with concealer, I need to bake them so that there's no creasing under here. And for that, I went ahead and used my e.l.f. concealer. And I love that concealer for this. I figure that because this foundation is more of a lightweight consistency, it would work well with a full coverage concealer that may be a little bit thicker because it's not that super thick going against super thick product. So I'm really a fan of that. I also notice that everything just kind of went into the skin super well, and it doesn't look like it's a heavy layer of foundation laying on top of my skin. It just looks really nice and smooth and beautiful. As for the color, I feel like once I went in with my concealer and everything, it looks pretty like close to my complexion. I don't think it's like too far off. I feel like it actually looks a lot better. Sometimes you just have to go in and use your concealer and bronzer to kind of like add dimension, and I feel like it added that perfect amount of dimension. Now, would I want to get a lighter shade if I do fall in love with this foundation just for the fall and winter? Probably. I feel like now moving into fall and winter is the time where you want to have these types of foundations that are more of a luminous radiant finish, because you do want your skin to stay hydrated through the day as opposed to having something super duper matte in the colder months. So that's just something to note. And I know Norvina, Anastasia's daughter, who is in charge of developing all the products at Anastasia Beverly Hills, I know she does have oily skin, so I'm sure she made sure to have a foundation that still worked for people that do have oily skin if they want to test it out. So I'm definitely impressed right now. I feel like it looks very lovely. I feel like it's just kind of going with the vibe that I want right now. It looks very skin-like, and that's pretty much what I have for you guys right now. I will have all the products I used on my face listed down below in my description box, and you guys may be wondering what I'm using on my eyes, and you guys can find that out down below in the description box. I will have price and color and all that fun stuff also down below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go eat something because I'm starving, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is about to be 11 p.m. at night, so I've been wearing this foundation for the entire day, and I have to say, I actually really like it. Like, I really do like it. And I know I do look a little bit dewy in some parts of my face, but I don't know, like, I feel like I'm feeling myself. And I know that, like, right now it is super hot, especially here in Maryland. I'm sure there's some other states where it's, like, burning hot. But, like, here in Maryland, it's been super hot lately. So, like, when I go out, I'm one of those people that I sweat easily. Hate to say it, but I just sweat super fast. It just happens for me. So I start to get, like, sweat mustache around my nose. And that just kind of, like, enhances more of the oils on my face. So it's just common for me to kind of look a little bit more dewy than the typical. So that's definitely a factor as to why I look a little bit extra shiny right now. But I don't know, I like this glow. I feel like it's giving me like a J-Lo glow. Like, I don't know, like I feel like I look good with this amount of glow right now. But I definitely do think that moving into the fall and winter when it's much colder outside and things tend to get dry fast, I think this foundation is going to be very nice on the skin, and it's just going to look really pretty and beautiful. I definitely do see myself continue to use this. Like I mentioned, this foundation does retail for $38. For the price point, I think it's right on target. I feel like you're getting a good product. Yeah, I do like this. Like, look at it. It just looks really good and healthy, and I just feel like it gives me a beautiful glow. I was really scared to try this out when I first heard about it because it just claimed to be like a luminous foundation, and I'm like, oh my god, it's not gonna be the one for me. But I actually love the finish that this gave me, especially after wearing it for a very long day. Like right now it is 11 p.m. like I just mentioned, and I just feel like for a long day it's wearing really well. I don't think it said anything about, oh, it does say it's long wearing. So yeah, I think it's definitely great for long wear. I also really appreciate the fact that it's alcohol free and it's sensitive friendly, because I have rosacea, very sensitive skin. So when alcohol is a big ingredient towards the top of the list, I'm like, ooh, for me. So I would have to say, for me, definitely worth the buy, definitely worth checking out, especially if you do have like normal dry skin, combination skin, I think you will love it. Now, if you have oily skin and you don't like kind of having a little bit of some radiance, you probably won't like this. But if you do have oily skin and you like a little tiny bit of a pretty glow from within, I think you can get away with it. Especially, like I mentioned, if you go and set with powder, I think it makes a difference. So those are pretty much all my thoughts. If you guys tried this foundation by Anastasia Beverly Hills, let me know what you think down below. I always love knowing your thoughts on products because you guys are like my best friends. So I want to like chit chat about our thoughts together down below. So go ahead and do that. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would love for you to become a member of our family here on YouTube because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. I always try to upload between 3 to 4 times a week, and I think I'm doing pretty damn good at it. So go ahead and subscribe. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing these types of foundation reviews. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video because I wouldn't want you guys to fall behind on my videos. Considering that I post a lot, I want you guys to stay current. So that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye, guys.